Okay. Hi Soul Fam, welcome and welcome back to my channel. So I mentioned in the last live that I would come back on and just do a normal collective. The last live was focused on family. I just, felt really called to do a family reading, which is why I did that. I think it was my second time doing a family reading ever, just period. But I don't know. I just felt called to do that. So for this one, I am just going to focus on a collective, just solely on a collective. Whatever comes out is going to be the loudest message, okay? So just take this as it resonates. If it doesn't resonate, don't force it. It's probably not your message. Okay, so I'm going to get started here, and I'm going to start with this crystal. I felt really drawn towards this amethyst crystal. So for the collective here today, I actually feel like whatever group or person I'm tapping into, you're very focused on deepening your gifts, abilities, your intuition. You're enamored, I feel, with the unseen world, and you're very curious about it. That's what I feel here. What else do I feel? I feel like you may be making new discoveries, maybe on a daily basis or on a weekly basis. For some of you, on an hourly basis. When it comes to just, your spirituality or belief systems, just kind of uncovering different things, and very fascinated by it. I feel like this is a new discovery for whomever I'm tuning into today. You're kind of just touching the surface, and it's almost as if like it's so overwhelming. There's so many different routes and different sources of information that in some ways you don't really know where to start. And that's okay, the sea of information is endless in a lot of ways. And there's so many different sources you can get it from. So of course, be mindful, of course, though, about what kind of information you're looking at or you're being drawn towards. Just because, there's harmful information out there as well. And although I am a big supporter of transparency, I do know that sometimes information, again, can do more harm than good. So just be wary of the type of info that you kind of like come across. Okay, so give me 1 second here. Give me 1 second. Okay, so I'm just gonna roll these dice here to see what else we have. Okay, so we have the moon. We have the 11th house. And we have Libra. Okay, wow. Hold on, guys. There's something here about the end of the day, or maybe nighttime. So maybe when nighttime rolls around, or when you get to the end of the day, maybe you focus on something else. Like, for example, for some of you that go to school during the morning into the afternoon, or go to work from the morning into the afternoon, you know, obviously you focus more on real world things. They may also be unrelated to your interests, your genuine interests, but you just do it just because, it's a way for you to make a living. It's a way you pay the bills. For some of you, secure a family or a home. And, during the after hours or after work, maybe you tune into more things that are in line with your genuine interests. Maybe that are like hobbies. For example, like, what is that? Like criminal shows, true crime. You may be interested here in maybe true crime shows. Maybe something that you kind of wish you could get into is maybe going back to school and taking like a criminal justice class or something like that. And doing some kind of deep dive or investigative work, some research on, criminal minds or people with criminal backgrounds, trying to understand their psychology. That may be something that's interesting for you. Or that's another thing here that's coming to mind. Or maybe for some of you, it's, podcasting. Maybe starting a podcast that talks about true crime. Or maybe you just like to listen to true crime videos or podcasts as you kind of get ready for bed or to help you unwind or relax. Let's see here. That's kind of what I'm feeling here. But I also feel like this has to do something with like the internet. So again, I feel like maybe you watch a lot of videos, look up a lot of information about true crime, or like crime related shows. Let's see what else. Okay, yeah, that's kind of what I'm feeling here. All right, I'm going to get into what else we have here. So yeah, I feel like there's a fascination with things that are not talked about, or things that maybe are not kind of out there in the obvious, something that's not very open. Maybe you're drawn to more information that's like taboo, or information that's more like conspiracy related, or things that just aren't really like talked about on the daily, at least like, especially if you're doing like a customer service job or something like this, or you're working around people that you feel are just a bit more quote unquote normal, even though there may be a lot of other people that are interested in the same things, you know what I mean? But maybe your day job just has no relation to this. I don't know. Okay. The collective spirit. What do we have for the collective? Okay. So we have Neptune. Let's see, and then we have Gemini. Okay. So with this, I feel like, you may have a very inquisitive mind about a vast range of different things. But I feel like you're most interested in things that really have nothing to do with your day-to-day. So that's why I feel like there's a dualistic energy to this. This is why we have the Libra and Gemini cuts coming in, this dual energy. So I feel like, again, like you kind of go about your day like within a 24-hour period. It's like you live a double life, or your mind is kind of split between the things you do in the day and the things you're genuinely interested at night. There's something with that. But with this inquisitive mind, I feel like it's almost as if like you're trying to analyze, or you're trying to like approach something in a more like logical sense. So again, like investigative work or research, or like things like criminal justice may be just very interesting to you. Having like a deeper understanding and kind of bringing it up to the surface to examine it intellectually, and seeing maybe different patterns of things, and being in awe by maybe the patterns that you do see, or from the things that you hear, you know. So that's kind of what I'm feeling here. Let's see what else. Why is this important? That's kind of what I want to get into next. Why is this important to talk about? We have shine. Okay. So what I'm feeling here is that there's a front and a back, right? So I almost feel like this is displaying all the different aspects of you, or being more open about what you like, who you are, everything maybe that you've known, or the knowledge that you've gained from your experiences. Because there is a fire within you that you're hoping to express to others. There is a deep passion that I feel like you wish to express more. So I feel like this is a calling to do so. I kind of feel like reading this card. So give me a second here. I feel like that's really important, and I haven't gotten this one in a while. So for shine, it says, shine, for you not only light your path, but the path of others around you. And it says, if you have selected this encourages you to shine your extraordinary radiant light. You have traveled a long road full of experiences that consisted of reservations and uncertainty of self. Now you find yourself inspired, motivated, and ignited with a sense of purpose and passion. Limitations of the mind that once kept you bound have been released, and now you are ready to take that next step. It is time to follow your heart's true calling and sing your unique song. Spirit thanks you for having the courage to step away from the crowd despite the caution of the mind. The more you build on your creative passion, the brighter your light will shine. Not only will your surroundings transform to reflect your increasing vibration, but many around you will be inspired by your achievements and personal growth. Just by following your heart and doing what you love best, you will assist humanity in raising its planetary light. Some may become envious of your accomplishments and success, but don't feel obliged to turn your light low to appease the discontent in them. Keep shining, for soon they too will be inspired by your luminous glow. A strong current is propelling you forward in a positive direction steered by the heart. A path that is driven by the heart is a soul that is limitless and fruitful. Have fun during this wonderful time and express your beautiful soul for the world to see. You deserve it. And it says, Prayer. Great Spirit, I thank you for the clarity, insight, and direction I have in my life. I am grateful for this wonderful opportunity to share my unique light with the world. So, yeah, so you're very different. You're very unique with this 11th house. But again, you also have a lot of classical or traditional type of information to kind of balance out this I don't know, balance something out here. Maybe balance out your interests, or to be able to relate this to other people in some kind of way. And it's time for you to share it, because you're, I don't know, I feel like you're like a tree of knowledge in a lot of ways. And with this moon energy here, I feel like you have a deep passion for like your perception, your mind is very deep with unusual or a different way of looking at the world. So I feel like you're being encouraged to sing your own song, walk to the beat of your own drum, and be this, individual that you're meant to be. And again, you have different sides to you that maybe other people find very baffling, or they don't understand how you've acquired this information, or how you've walked this path, or how you know what you know. Bottom of the deck, we also have shadow self. Okay, so I feel like you're working on that. Maybe you've kept a lot inside for a long time because you didn't feel safe enough to share. But I feel like you're being called to communicate to others through using your authentic voice. Okay, so I'm going to pull other cards now here. Let's see. So where is this going to lead, Spirit? Okay, so we have the King of Cups in the reverse, the Ten of Wands in the reverse. Sorry, I'm gonna just going to read the High Priestess in reverse. The Three of Swords. Oh my gosh. Okay. Bottom of the deck, we have the Three of Cups in the reverse. I'm going to move this a bit. Okay. Okay, so I feel like you've cared about what other people think for way too long, and you distrusted yourself for way too long. Maybe you appeased others because you just thought very little of yourself. But in a lot of ways, this was causing a lot of inner turmoil. And this also made you feel very withdrawn and alone. You're very back and forth, I felt, between expressing yourself and not. But because you you had so much inner conflict about this, you just decided to do nothing about it. And a lot, at least in the past. So you kept a lot to yourself. You also didn't feel in control of your own emotions. Maybe you felt like your emotions had control over you. And I think it's because, maybe a lot of people had hurt you or betrayed you, or maybe walked away or abandoned you in a lot of ways, right? And so maybe, again, you didn't feel like there was a safe space for you to be yourself. And you just thought that you were just safest sticking to yourself or keeping things to yourself. So you're not going to have a lot of people that like you, okay? In fact, there are many people that may stab you in the back or in the heart, so to speak, and disappoint you. But I don't know, spirit-wise. Okay. Four of Pentacles. The Queen of Swords in the reverse. Two of Pentacles. And the World card. Okay. So I do feel like this is a karma thing as well, right? I feel like there's something spinning. It's like we're going around and round and round and round and round. And it's like instead of going straight, we're going like this. We're going in loops. So it's like this progress that's happening for you is taking a lot slower because you're holding yourself back in a lot of ways. But you're also learning a lot from it because you're having to kind of double back before moving forward after each loop, so to speak. So there's a lot of lessons that you're learning from these cycles. However, I could see how this is extremely frustrating for you. To speak up, Queen of Swords in reverse. Also, you may be dealing here with somebody else that may be protecting themselves at this time, or this could be you. Maybe it's the both of you. Keeping a lot to yourselves right now if you're dealing with a partner. But I feel like by standing your ground for Pentacles and being more certain about who you are, it's going to allow you to face your reality despite what's happening, despite the rejection, despite the pain, the betrayal, the disagreements, the hate. Okay, I'm hearing haters gonna hate. At the end of the day, I feel like the World card, maybe people don't like you, maybe because you kind of get a lot of attention. Or maybe they see that there's something different about you. Maybe you're also very beautiful. Maybe you have something to offer that can't be explained. And maybe they don't think that you should be worthy of some kind of reward or something like this. But that's not up to them to make that decision. And so you shouldn't feel bad about this either. So I feel like you are going to move forward and stand firm in your truth, even though, other people may be throwing arrows at you and targeting you and hating you for whatever reason that you bring to the table. Maybe again it's because you're very multifaceted and you have a lot of information to offer. But they don't know where that comes from. So I feel like they're very confused. And again, this may be because you keep it a lot to yourself. Let's see here what angel is kind of helping you on this path. What angel is helping you on this path here? I'm going to butcher this, but we have the Nine of Cups. Habuya. I'm going to look up the pronunciation in the booklet. But it says healing, preserves health, and cures diseases. So yeah, I feel like you're moving away. Okay. This guide is helping you move away from a difficult situation and heal. Right? This is protection. So I feel like you're going to be protected here. And I feel like this is well deserved. You know, I feel like for whatever reason you've gotten a lot of hate or people lashing out at you for not very justifiable reasons. It could just be triggers that they've experienced because of you and how you present yourself, but just projecting. Maybe a lot of it is that. Of course, we're not all perfect, but these characteristics, I feel like, again, brought up a lot of insecurities within them. Anyway, so what is this? 68. I'm going to look that up really quickly. And it says Habuhia, God the kindest giver. And it says, praise ye the Lord, O give thanks unto the Lord, for he is good, for his mercy endureth forever. Those born under Habuhia's influence will love the countryside, hunting and gardens and all things connected with agriculture. Habuhia preserves health and cures diseases and rules agriculture and fertility. So, with this, I want to say, I feel like you are going to have some kind of new beginning. There's going to be a rebirth that's going to happen for you. For some of you, you may literally be moving, relocating, traveling. And I feel like this is going to be away from maybe a lot of people. Maybe you're moving towards a more rural area, or maybe you're just going to be just moving away from these haters and leveling up in some way. But yeah, there's definitely some kind of movement forward and protection here. I do feel like you're going to have options and possibly admirers for some of you. Okay. Alright guys, thank you guys so much for watching. That is my collective read. If you resonated with this, please hit the follow button as well as subscribe to my channel. And I will see you guys in the next live. Alright, bye.